What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Dame1K back with another video. Today gonna be a short little video. I'm just gonna be talking about how a lot of people have past trauma or past relationships or past issues that you have that's just stuck on your head. And I feel like a lot of people, they put it on to the next person or they put it on to themselves, but so heavily that it's fucking up their mental. And I'm gonna be honest, I really feel like if you have so much thoughts or so much negatives in the past, you can't keep beating yourself up about it. You can't keep saying, "Oh, I wish I could have did this," or "I wish I could have did that." It's already done. I ain't gonna lie, like, and I know that feeling, like, damn, it's already done. I wish I could have, but it's already done. The only thing you can do is move on in the future and better yourself as you move on in the present. Because if you just moving off of the past, you're gonna be overwhelmed and you're gonna feel stuck. Because once again, it's the past. You can't do nothing, so you're gonna feel stuck. But if you move in the present, you're gonna be looking for the next thing. You're gonna be looking for what you need to do. And if we being honest, bro, thinking about the future is already overwhelming enough now, because you gotta think about, oh, how I gotta do this, or what if this don't happen? You get what I'm saying? A lot of what ifs or what don'ts that will appear in the future. But in the past, you just think about, oh, I could have changed this, or I could have did that. So I feel like, even with trauma or relationships, a lot of people, they'll put that onto the next person, or they'll expect somebody to help that. But at the same time, you gotta heal on your own, because look, just look at it like this. If you was to disrespect yourself, right, and you post yourself on social media that you just disrespecting yourself, you don't care about yourself, how would somebody respect you? You get what I'm saying? How would somebody respect you? And if somebody's respecting you, they doing it off the kindness of their heart. But genuinely, if somebody see they can get away with something, or they see that they can go ahead and just keep using that against you, they're gonna do it. They're gonna keep on doing it because they realize, oh, you're weak, or oh, you're this and that. And it's sad how evil people move nowadays, but they see somebody that's to themselves, or they just real quiet or real subtle. If they don't say or they don't speak nothing, they will try to see or what they can get away with. I mean, it's all started in school for real. Like, just look at it. Substitute teachers, let them be nice. Now niggas talking about, oh yeah, our teacher actually be letting us talk in the class. Now y'all talking in the class. But you get what I'm saying though? You basically overrunning, or you use somebody because you don't even have that respect for yourself. Now, if you had respect, you'll be, nah, none of that shit happen. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm tripping, but I feel like that right there, that would set a tone, because once you love yourself, once you set boundaries for yourself and set things that you want, you ain't gonna deal with no bullshit. You ain't gonna deal with it. And I promise you, like, you ain't gonna be dealing with no bullshit, because look, if you set exactly what you want done, and then somebody don't abide or they don't listen to that, the only step further for real is either how would you react to it, or you leave the situation alone. And honestly, the second route, you leave the situation alone. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of people, they keep that situation in their head. They keep the past trauma or past relations, or how this person that may have did them, or what the next person might do. You can't be thinking like that. You gotta leave that shit alone. You gotta drop it down. You gotta leave it in the past. You gotta let it go, because if you keep holding on to something, or you keep holding on to a negative thought, you're not gonna get nowhere positive. Because once again, you're basically blocking your mind. Like, if you're thinking negative, how can you start, or how can you even think to be positive? Because you're already doubting, or you already have that thought of just something going wrong. You get what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, coming from a person like myself, I always I like to prepare for things that go wrong, or I like to go ahead and think about what may happen, or what may happen if things do go wrong. And I ain't gonna lie, like, it eat up your mind sometimes, because it's like, yo, you constantly feel anxious, or you constantly feel like, ooh, what if this may happen? But I'm learning, you gotta let go of that shit sometimes. I ain't gonna get, because look, whenever you stop thinking about the negative so much, the positives actually happen. I promise you. Like, it's actually crazy, but it's really like manifesting it for real, because if you think positive, right? For example, oh man, I don't think I'm gonna pass this test, right? And then you fail that motherfucker. You already wasn't even thinking you was gonna pass. Then you come in, you think, oh yeah, I'm about to pass this bitch, I studied. and you still failed that bitch, and that's okay, bro. I ain't gonna lie, cause you came this time, you came with effort of thinking that you was gonna do better. So now next time, you gonna really be thinking, all right, I got this shit, and then you gonna do better. You get what I'm saying? Cause I already know a lot of niggas already say, nah, you know, oh, if you think positive, sometimes shit still go wrong. That is true. Things will still go wrong if you think positive, but if you think negative, while negatives is happening, I promise you, it's gonna feel 10 times worse. You gonna want to give up. You get what I'm saying? So always keep your head on the, like, you know, right level, or try to keep your head on a good pivot, because if you keep your head in a negative space, you gonna be negative, or you gonna be putting it out. You get what I'm saying? It's all in your energy. It's all in your mental. But I really feel like, you know, honestly, looking into this video, I just want y'all to understand, like, anything in the past, bro, that's hurting y'all, or anything in the past that's damaging y'all, learn how to let that shit go. You ain't gonna be able to let something go easy. I mean, you ain't gonna let that shit go ASAP, because, I mean, it's trauma, or it's relationships, or it's something way back. You get what I'm saying? It's not something that's gonna go overnight. But I definitely say slowly, or do try to heal or work on that, because nobody else is gonna fix the problem but yourself. Nobody's gonna fix this issue but yourself. Somebody can help you, somebody can, you know, guide you or tell you what to do, but you gotta want it on your own. You get what I'm saying? So y'all let me know if y'all fuck with this video. I'm gonna have another one dropping tomorrow, hopefully. And I'm out, y'all.